been in the industry, and some dude that's been doing this for 30, 40 years, he looked at me, he was like, I've never seen anybody do what you did, but not knowing anything about this industry. He was like, same thing, he was like, don't stop doing what you're doing. I was like, oh, you know what I mean? I get that, bro. I get it.
And I didn't know, but I'm learning, right, that the Dallas, the scene here in Dallas, bro, is thriving. It's thriving. Like Dallas comedy scene is thriving.
I'm excited, bro, to go out there this Friday, man. I really am.
And it's interesting, right? Because I go out there and you go to these open mics and most people suck. They're supposed to suck. You know what I'm saying? But then all of a sudden you see these comedy golds. You see people that are just fucking funny. Like, different level of funny. You're like, oh.
Is it different level or is it a different style funny?
For me, because I'm so new at it, it's a different level, right? Because I can see where the premise, like I see the premise and I see the train of thought. Because that's how creative I am.
Do you feel like you're too mental sometimes with it? Not mental like retarded mental like you're too brainy?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so about things?
I think so. I think I just need to let loose. Like, the best set I had was, honestly, when I was just like, I had my set, I knew what I wanted to say, and I just said it. Like, it was just like, boom, it came out, they got the best laughs. That's the best set I had so far.
And I've never seen you do a stand-up. But I know the type of person you are. You can be brainy about things. You can overthink things, and like. So I wonder if that's how. You're from Florida, bro. First of all, go up there and talk crap. That's advice from me.
But here's the thing:
talk trash.
You can't just talk trash. You need to have.
Well, in a funny way.
You have to talk trash. It's like learning. It's even telling a joke. You need to build the suspense to the punch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's an art to that. You can't just be like, "Well, I walked into the bar."
You see what I mean? Like, there's different humors that people have.
Yeah.
And I feel like
I'm excited to do this Spanish show, bro, because I feel like I would do better at a Spanish.
You think so,
dude?
It's just a different humor, isn't it? Like,
it is a different humor. It's like I can talk trash about my family in both English and Spanish, and like some of the jokes will hit better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like mami que está loca.
Macho la suegra.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like my wife, you know, los jalapeños. Rah, rah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It'll be on some shit, and I'm excited, bro. I'm excited.
I'm excited to be out there and watch it happen, man.
Dude, what do you
have tomatoes ready? Just kidding. You suck.
You would. Bro.
It's all in love, bro. I'm just kidding.
All right. Let's go over what you think the biggest winners and losers of the week are.
Biggest winner? I'd say probably Kobe, bro, because now
he's in the driver's seat.
He's in the driver's seat. I'm not gonna say more than Masvidal, but
I think they're in even footing.
I was gonna say he's probably up there in the same level because now one of those two guys are gonna, like you were saying, gonna fight each other eventually, or they're gonna fight the guy, and then they're gonna fight each other. So I feel like it's in the lock right now, bro.
Oh, yeah. It's a three-headed monster in the welterweight division.
Biggest loser. For me, Dallas Cowboys.
Oh.
They can't even sign their wide receiver. Their quarterback, their running back, which has lead the league in rushing in the past 2 out of 3 years. That's their whole offense. And you can't even get them the money.
You know why?
Good luck.
You know why?
What?
Because they're the fucking Cowgirls.
Jeez. Biggest losers this week. They better get the stuff together. Or else the Philly's going to come with a full head of steam with Carson Wentz. They're going to run that division again. Anyways. But yeah, those are biggest winners, biggest losers.
I agree.
Current events, I guess there's not much to say about the issue that happened over the weekend. The 2 shootings in less than 24 hours. Yeah. 30 people died. 2 different states, 2 different cities. People, be careful at all times. What I text my parents this weekend was, be careful where you're going. Always know where the emergency exits are at. And always have a plan of escape. Because you just never know.
Word.
I mean, my dad's strapped, so that's one thing that he has for his advantage. I mean,
but even then, dude.
Yeah, I mean.
Even then. I mean,
your nerves kick in, like, you know.
Here's the deal. And this is something that pisses me off, right? It has nothing to do with if it's your right or not. It is your right as an American to own a gun. But I hate to say it, right? I don't know if it's the Instagram generation, the social media generation, or just the state and where the country is right now. Because in the past 5 years, we've seen more headline-making mass shootings from Las Vegas to Pulse nightclub to fucking, San Bernardino.
To the Garlic Festival, to Sandy Hook. I mean, everything, bro.
You've seen it happen over and over and over again. And sometimes the bad guy gets stopped by the good guy. But most of the time it doesn't. And the problem is I think it's two things. And this is my opinion. And my opinion is worth shit. And I'm the first one to admit that. I don't know the answer. But I'll tell you this. We have to look at mental illness in this country as a main factor. Because if I have a brick sitting in front of me right now, that brick doesn't do anything as long as I don't touch it. But if I pick it up and throw it at Joa, was it the brick's fault or was it my fault?
Obviously, it was your fault.
No shit. But you have to look at, even though it is a tool that is meant for war and killing, it doesn't shoot itself. It's an inanimate object.
Right.
Right? So we need to understand, just like money's a tool, the gun is a tool, so is the brick. You have to look at the person behind the tool. And understand is, are we doing everything that we can? I don't really care about the government getting involved, but as a society, let it be through nonprofits or even government assistance or whatever, to really address the fact of these people. Yeah, they just happen to be white, but the DC shooter was black. The Pulse nightclub shooter was a Muslim.
Even the Dallas shooting here a couple years ago, remember?
Yeah.
He was an African American as well, ex-Marine.
That's what I'm saying. Here's the thing. It has nothing to do with race or color, and the media will tell you this. It does have to do because of white. Look, listen. There's the biggest demographic in the United States is white. Still is
100%.
So if you just do the ratios, there just going to be more white shooters? Right. So take race out of it and look at the extremism behind it. Are they getting radicalized online? Is it incel, where they become involuntary celibates? Are they mentally ill? Are they being bullied? Are they on meds? Are they on drugs? What is the factor?
There is a motive behind each shooting, even if you go as far back as Columbine, which was the granddaddy of them all.
Wow.
What year was that? Like 98, 97?
99, I think.
Those two kids, they were, if not bullied, if I'm not mistaken, they were anti-Semitic. Am I saying
antisocial? Yeah.
No, anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
is it racism an issue in this country? Yes.
Yeah. There's people that hated gays. That had nothing to do with race. There's people that hate black people. That's race. There's people that hate Mexicans. That has to do with race. There's people. What about the Sandy Hook? What, they hated kids? No, it was a motive behind that.
Yeah.
And God knows what a motive could be to just shoot up an elementary school, right? But there's something there went wrong.
And the conspiracy theorists are going to say this, but fuck all that. We have to take a look at this country. It isn't the video games.
Did you see that?
Dude, that's stupid. It isn't the video.
Why?
Because that's the Republican MO. That is the Republican MO since fucking Reagan.
No,
they think the solution is to cut off all the things that they don't like, that they find morally wrong, and blame it on that.
It's like your grandfather from, telling you that... Here's the ironic part about this. He said that Japan doesn't have mass shootings because they don't have video games.
They're the biggest e-gamers in the world.
They invented Nintendo.
Fuck.
They invented PlayStation.
Look, listen. At the end of the day, it's not the video games. It's not the gun. It's the person. And we have to start looking at the person and at those individuals. And
at what time? When they purchase the guns?
Dude, is it comprehensive background checks? There's already... I know in Texas it's hard because you have to actually submit a background check.
Right.
And you have to go through the classes.
Yeah, but how clean is a 19-year-old kid like the guy that just did the shooting?
Exactly. Super clean. Squeaky clean.
I think you should be a little bit older than 19. That's for sure.
21? Like drinking?
At least, bro. They just raised up in Texas. Last month they just raised up. You have to be 21 in order for you to buy cigarettes now.
Well, I don't know.
There's a big mental matureness from 18 to 21. I don't care what anybody says.
There is. But then here's a counter argument to that, and it's going to be, but you're allowed to vote and serve your country at 18.
That's fine. If you want to hold a gun at 18 years old, go to the military. It's a right.
But no, it's your duty. Every American male has to, by law, sign up for selective service.
Well, that's in case of a draft for emergency war, of course,
but it's your duty as an American to be available, not to serve, but to be available.
Of course, if called upon on the draft,
right. But the counter argument to what you're saying is simple. It's if you're allowed to serve your country and die for your country at 18 and vote, why are there restrictions for the civilians? Which I understand. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying I understand the counter argument.
Yeah.
You know? But let's close it up before we get too deep into the weeds, man. Where can they find us, bro?
They can find us. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Dale.
Where else?
Spreaker, iTunes, Stitcher,
Gmail,
iHeart.
Guys, we have all the social media platforms.
I mean, if you want to, wherever you listen to a podcast, you better just go ahead and find us.
Spotify, iTunes. I mean, we're
nigglets. Really, figure it out.
It's really easy, bro. You put CONOCAST.
And then once you hear a podcast, here's what you're going to do, right? You're going to go to the rating system and give us 5 stars.
Not 4, not 3,
5. Leave a rating. Let us know what you think. Tell me if you think my voice is annoying or if you like Joa's face.
First of all, you can't see her faces.
Well, they have an Instagram page, bro.
Nobody's going to like my face.
Bro, you're a handsome man.
No, I'm not. This is the face only a mother and a wife can love.
I like how you had your wife.
Only the first 3 to 4 days of my haircut is when I'm attractive.
Oh, okay. And that's your wife keep texting you, bro.
Actually, that's my cousin.
Dale.
Is that face a family thing? Speaking of faces. Maybe.
Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to give us... Hey, bro, where can they find your personal Instagram?
You can find me at Joa305 Hang. I'm dead.
And then you can find me at Sleep Papi on all 3 major forms of platforms, and I'm more active on Twitter now since they shut down my Instagram for a few days.
Twitter's lit, bro.
Twitter's alright.
Super good, fast news, like.
Oh yeah, like if I need news, I go to Twitter real quick.
Oh yeah.
Real quick. But when it comes to my social media and the comedy on Twitter, Instagram's my thing.
Sorry.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. This is Coño Cast. We're out.
Close it out and send it.